Hello, this is Jim with JP Products. We're Joey Patrick 9411 on eBay. Probably one of the largest Hunter original resellers on eBay. And that's the originals from the 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way up through year 2000. The other originals that are newer are made in China. We specialize in the true originals, cast iron, which are made in America. This video is just about how we go about doing packing on these heavy fans. Typically they weigh about 50 pounds total packed, and if not properly packed, they frequently can be damaged, and we take a lot of pride in our packing. This particular fan is not a Hunter. This is a Emerson. This one is 110 years old, but we take the same care of packing whether it's 110 or maybe it's only 20 years old. Same packing. The first thing we're going to do is encase this fan, the main motor, in cardboard. So I'll pause the video and do that next. Okay, so here you have step one. The motor is encased in cardboard. Step two is we're going to put bubble wrap inside here along with some of your pieces. More bubble wrap in there, and that will then we'll go bubble wrap on the outside. So I'll pause it and we'll do the next step. Okay, here for instance is just the switch housing, and it's going to go inside there. But before we do, we wrap it with shrink wrap. What that does is doubles the strength of the bubble. So instead of just 4 inches of bubble, it's like having 8 inches of bubble around the switch housing, a very delicate part. And that's what it looks like with the shrink wrap. You see when you drop it, it just bounces like a ball. And there is the switch housing, all bubble wrap going up inside there. That'll fill in one side. We will bubble wrap these pieces and fill in the opposite side. And on any pieces that we're going to lay on top of each other, we always put shrink wrap over one over the other so that they can't scratch each other. And there's your blade brackets. This fan is so old it only has 2. It's a 2-blade fan. Okay, there's your switch housing, canopy, and down rod. They are also packed, and they're going to also help protect the top of the fan. We're going to fill in the rest of this with bubble. Then we'll shrink wrap the whole thing. Okay, so we got the ends taped in, so it's all snug, ready to go to the next step. Next step is we're going to bubble wrap this entire package. Alright, and you can see the additional packaging, about 4 inches of bubble on each side. That's a total of 8 if you want to. But then we're going to shrink wrap this bubble, and by shrink wrapping this bubble, it gives it twice the strength. So instead of just maybe 3 or 4 inches, it would be the equivalent of 8 inches. And we'll use the clear shrink wrap to do that. So ready for the next step. And that's what it looks like, all shrink wrap and bubbled. Now we're ready to get along, move along to the blades. On the blades, we're going to pack them in a separate piece of cardboard. Before we wrap them in cardboard, however, we do shrink wrap them together just to hold them in place as we wrap them. And by having them snug together, there actually makes stronger packaging. And that gets the blades, as you can see, well protected. And they'll go in the box with the fan motor.